The discovery of insulin is a story of desperation, curiosity, and science. Before 1922, juvenile diabetes mellitus, now called type 1, was a death sentence. At the time, there were large hospital wards of children lying in beds, slipping into coma unto their deaths. It began in 1869 when a German medical student, using a newly invented microscope, found within the body of the pancreas tiny, curious islets or islands of cells. These were later named Islets of Langerhans after the student, even though he had no idea what islet cells were doing. 20 years later, two Polish physicians showed that diabetes resulted when the pancreas was removed from dogs, so that the pancreas then became known as the organ that controls sugar. In 1901, a Johns Hopkins physician found the islets of Langerhans appeared diseased on autopsy specimens from diabetics, thus making the link between islet cells and diabetes. However, the pancreas also makes caustic digestive juices, and so any pancreatic experiment on islet cells was digested in the test tube. For the next 15 years, at least 4 scientists failed or had only limited success with pancreatic extracts in treating dogs with experimental diabetes. Then in 1921, Canadian surgeon Frederick Banting tried tying off the pancreatic ducts in dogs, thus destroying the digestive juice-producing cells, but leaving the islet cells. Banting, with the help of medical student Charles Best, extracted a crude pancreatic extract that kept a diabetic dog named Marjorie alive through the summer. In the fall, they started using fetal cow pancreas extracts, and with the help of biochemist James Collop, the hormone extraction was purified. On January 11, 1922, their concoction they called iletin was given to the very first human subject, a 14-year-old boy who lay dying in Toronto General Hospital. His recovery was miraculous. And not long after, Banting, Best, and Collop came to a large 50-bed ward of dying and comatose type 1 diabetics and went bed to bed injecting these children with iletin. Many awakened to a new era of treatment for diabetes mellitus type 1. Since then, great improvements have occurred in the production and purity of iletin, now called insulin, after the Latin word insula for island. Banting shared his Nobel Prize with his med student, Best. But the prize should also go to the scientists before them and since, who step by step learned all about insulin. Thanks to curiosity and a bunch of blessed dogs, type 1 diabetes is no longer a death sentence.